Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video titled, If 60-year-old Vivica A. Fox Needs a BBL, What Hope Do Average Women Have? Let's get right into it.
Here it is. I'm 40, and I'm single. How are y'all doing this?
So I haven't ever done this before, but I am struggling. It has been 5 years since I've been divorced, and I just feel like I'm not connecting with anybody. I can't get a good date to last to save my life. What does it take to find a good guy? Like, I don't understand why it's so hard in your 40s to just find a good person, a decent person that you can connect with and build a life with.
Let me tell you why my skin's so thick, especially in this dating atmosphere. I have walked into a place and I was like, oh, hi, meeting him from online. He looks me in my face and was like, nah, I'm cool on that, and walks right past me.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Listen, whoever that brother is, I must say that was a glorious dismount. He called the catfish audible like Tom Brady on the line of scrimmage. These post-war women will continue to complain until no one is listening. The dating apps removed this sense of urgency that nature gave women. Every year, they looked up at the shot clock and laughed. But now, reality's starting to set in that, hey, I do need a man. The hardest day is when women realize that men have stopped helping them because they no longer want sex from them. Can you imagine the impact that such an epiphany can have? This is when that sense of urgency resumes. But the only problem is that they're 20 pounds heavier and 2 fatherless kids.
I don't need no man.
One of my friends is also a single mother. And last Friday she came over and we were like doing laundry and folding laundry and just chatting and catching up. And we started talking about how there are certain things in our houses that are like falling apart. Like, she was telling me issues that she's having at her house, and then we were doing like a facial at my house, and like my sink is like filling up because it doesn't drain properly. And I was like, I think we need boyfriends. And we have to stop folding laundry on Friday nights. Like, we need to be going out. I was like, next time we get together, we're getting dressed up, we're getting out of this house.
I think the best example of that call to urgency happened to Vivica Fox. Her story will go down in history because, listen, we're not talking about a regular woman. If you start calling out names like Halle Berry or, I don't know, Nia Long, it becomes one of those who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas arguments. The bitter sisterhood will come to her aid, but according to them, if she was a man, she would be considered a predator. But we'll get into that in a second. After hitting the wall like Miley Cyrus swinging on that wrecking ball, she goes and get herself the coveted BBL.
Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. If you're enjoying the content and want to support the channel, right now you can buy me a coffee. That's right, buy me a coffee. You can click the link in the description or use my QR code to make a one-time or monthly donation. It's easy, simple, and it goes a long way. All your support goes to funding the channel and keeping it safe from you know what. And it allows me to make better content and even collaborate with other content creators. So thank you for rocking with me. Now let's get right back to the content.
In hopes of revitalizing those old worn-out cakes and finding herself another man 20 to 30 years younger than her. What a pitiful fall from grace.
Listening, we don't judge.
There we go.
That's right. We listen and we don't judge.
We don't judge.
That's the problem. These 60-year-old is out here still trying to compete.
Yes. Because you don't want to age out the game.
Go
my
to
nigga.
bed.
No, they don't want to age out the game.
You've aged out the game.
Not as long as Dr. Such and Such is still in business.
You've aged out the game. You've aged out, yo. Go to bed.
Nah,
you don't have to compete at 60 years old. You've been FICO and nuts.
Bro, it's a whole crop of 20-plus-year-olds that
it's not
heard about you, looking
at 60
at you,
years
had
old,
pictures
you
of
gonna go compete with the 25-year-old girl?
Exactly. And yes, Joe Buttons is talking about Vivica Fox.
That's crazy. Look at her face. And she thinks she could really compete with younger women. Look, I get it, you know, but y'all all want... Here's a real issue, right? It's like one thing if, all right, let's say you wanted a 60-year-old man, that kind of matches you in every way, that's one thing, but you don't. You want a well-to-do man. You want a successful man. And those men are separate from men of all ages. See, women, we don't separate y'all between who's successful, who's not. Y'all's who's beautiful, who's pretty, who's gorgeous, who's ugly. That's the categories. We're not looking at, the high-value woman. I sell this to people all the time. We already got words for high-value women. Pretty, beautiful, gorgeous. Right? And those women usually are full of youth. They're youthful. This is an older woman who, by the way, my grandma died when she was 74. Vivica, you're 14 years away from death. And you think you're going to start right now and recruit a high-value man and take him away. And I guarantee she wants monogamy. She wants a relationship with a man who's only going to be with her, only her, and give her all her money, all his money spent, take care of her, wine and dine her for what? This is the religion. The modern woman religion is worship modern women for them being modern women. Just worship them. Sacrifice your life for them. And what did they do for you? Nothing. You know, Vivica Fox would have never dated 50 Cent prior to his record deal. Yeah. And man, you got to accept that. And he accepts it. He knows it. He's cool with it. But he knows since he's in demand now, he can make demands. That's what men don't understand. Men that are in demand can make demands. And so, no, do we demand a woman that has a BBL north of 60? No, I don't even demand a woman with a BBL if she's 20. So BBLs don't even work for younger women. But every woman's doing it. Like if men are not impressed by this. But women want to compete with each other, and that's why they get it. That's exactly why they get it.
The first thing these old, strong, independent women do is go work on their body. Why don't they ever work on their personality? Vivica Fox never had trouble getting a man. The issue was she couldn't keep them. Think about it. Vivica Fox is famous because of her well-known resting bitch face. I mean, come on, she literally does it in every movie. My point is that she's the same mean chick with a bigger booty and more stretch marks. After these men have had their fun with her and got a few pictures with her on the red carpet and TMZ, they all discard her.
I don't think the 6-year-old is competing with a 25-year-old girl.
Come on, really?
I don't think that in her mind she's competing with a 25-year-old girl.
Mel is purposely trying to trigger me this episode.
Now here, Melissa Ford is going to try to protect Vivica by focusing on a frivolous point. Instead of focusing on Joe's bigger point, which is that older women are trying to compete with younger women, she's going to focus her straw woman's argument on the exact age Joe picked, which is 25. Not 26, 27, 28, 35, but 25. Melissa Ford, who is basically Vivica Fox Part 2, cannot dispute or refute Joe's point, so she will resort to misdirection.
Why do you think that she's why do you choose that age? Why do you think that a 60-year-old hones in on 25-year-olds and saying, I'm in direct competition with you? Why do you think that?
Vivica Fox, for the last 3 decades, have been trying to lock in on way younger men. Yes, we all know about 50 Cent, who was like a decade younger than her, when he smashed her for fun. But do you remember when she was dating Robert Richard, who was like 20 years younger than her? Or when she was dating, I think she was actually engaged to the club promoter, Omar Slim White. Now, don't quote me on that. But she has a track record of lusting younger men. And hey, there's no issue with that. But the sisterhood usually calls that behavior predatory when a man is the elder. But you see how that works.
That is because that's fear.
Yes, this is Angry Black Woman 101. When your argument fails, find a way to get offended and insult your opposition. Of course, you get bonus points if you call them weird, creepy, or sassy. Well played, Melissa.
Because the 60-year-olds are not the demo that made BBLs famous and popular.
Ding, 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 ding. Exactly. In Vivica Fox's prime years, only a select group of men appreciated a small waist and an oversized fatty. They mostly came from Africa, the Caribbean, and probably down south. I know somebody in the comment section is about to go Twitter fingers on me right now. No, but for real, go look at the old Rump Shaker video and point out one BBL. Just one. The irony of this conversation is most would agree that it was Melissa Ford and her surgically enhanced Vixen squad of the 2000s that actually brought that look to the mass market. Yes, they didn't have BBLs yet, but they did wonders with syringes and silicone. In some cases, tire flat fix. My point is that BBLs is meant for a younger generation, not for 60-year-old wealthy men. So one can...
It's meant for lazy women. That's what it's meant for. BBL, there's no way. It's one thing if like the BBL was the best body you could possibly get. That would make sense to me. Like if you look at steroids, right? I don't agree with steroids. I don't take steroids. I'm complete natty. Like I'm natty and I'm plant-based. So I'm a plant-based natty, right? And I'm not saying I have to buff his body, but if you want to see what I'm working with, follow me on the gram, you know what I'm saying? I post my gym pictures there. But I gotta admit, you know what I'm saying? If you want to achieve the best looking potential body, you need steroids. I'm going to keep it real with you. There's no way your shoulders are going to look like that dude Ashton Hall who's going viral. He's an example of a dude that's on steroids, right? You can't achieve a body like that naturally. Your shoulders won't grow as big. Your traps won't grow as big. They just won't. You're going to be a little bit leaner than that. A lot leaner probably. You know what I'm saying? Or if you do put on muscle, you're going to have a lot of fat with it. So, but they'll be lean and muscular and big. Steroids, okay? So I don't agree with steroids, but at least they achieve something that the natural body can't achieve. BBL does not do anything that's superior than a natural big butt. Like zero. But everybody is going to risk your life on operation table for something that's mediocre at best. BBLs are average at best. They're not good. They're actually really below average. We laugh. Every time I see a girl with a BBL, for the most part, I laugh. There's some that are, okay, you know, you fool me. But most of y'all can't fool us. Most of y'all don't go to the best doctors. Whoever hell she went to didn't realize that the thighs don't match the ass. Okay? Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.